Well, hello. I never come on here with a full face and a full brow and no eye makeup on. And it feels really weird. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I did a fun little like underpainting technique today under my foundation where I took this Oma Beauty Double Take Sculpt and Strobe Duo Stick in Fair Lady because this is way too dark for my skin. But I put it under, blended it out, and then put my foundation over top. And I feel like that was a really fun technique. I got a little nervous for a second because I was like, uh-oh, this isn't going well. But I feel like I look really bronzed, even though I didn't apply any actual bronzer on top of my foundation. I wanted to do a technique today that we haven't done here on this channel. If you follow me on Instagram, at CaitlinJolene_makeup, and you have watched a lot of my Makeup Mondays, you will have seen a little hack that I've done over there quite a few times, and that is creating a liquid liner out of eyeshadow. Now, never done that on this channel though. I've done a full how-to winged liner tutorial where I talk about using shadow as liner, but I never talk about creating like your own liquid eyeliner concoction using an eyeshadow powder and setting spray. So I wanted to do that today and show you how I do it, what I use to do it, and all that jazz. Like I said, I already did my base, I have my eyebrows. One thing I do want to do super fast, today I'm going to be using the Morphe x Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette because I like these like burgundy shades down here because I'm obviously biased, but the coolest pants on. See that? They're velvet and they're beautiful. And they're burgundy, so I wanted to do that. However, we don't want to have like a completely bare lid with just winged or crazy. I don't really plan on doing a wing, but interesting eyeliner. So I'm gonna quickly just take the shade Love Handles, the shade right here in the palette, and we're just gonna throw that into our crease super fast, super light, super fast. Just get a color on there so we have a little bit of definition. Wait a second, I am jumping way too quickly into this video. So while I finish up the other eye, let's do our standard intro where I tell you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I like to do some how-tos. I like to do some fun series like Books and Beauty where I talk about books that I've read while I do my makeup, or my Evolution of Makeup series where we talk about makeup throughout history and why it was like that and what it looked like, and we recreate it on our face. And all in all, I feel like it's a pretty fun place to be and to hang out. So if you enjoy my presence, please subscribe. If you like this video, please like and comment down below any other how-tos you need to know. I've done how to cut crease, I think, and how to winged liner, and now we are doing how to eyeshadow liner, I guess. How to create your own liquid liners. I don't know what we're naming this yet, but if you like that, if you want to be a part of this fun little family that I am creating over here on YouTube, feel free to subscribe, and I hope to see you in my next videos. But let's jump into the meat and potatoes of this one. Or, yeah. We're back with a little bit of shadow in our crease. Now, when you want to create your own liquid liner out of eyeshadow, you need four products really. So this is a clear acrylic palette that I got off of Amazon. It came in a set with this scraper tool and then this little container to hold it all. As you can tell, I have done this technique using this palette before, and I'm gonna sneeze again. See how many more of those we can get in before we're done with this explanation. I've obviously used this palette to do this technique previously. This was actually my Valentine's Day look the last time I used this. This is also super helpful if you're gonna be doing clients or anything. Having a palette and a spatula of some kind is super, super helpful. But I'm gonna use this side because it's clean. This side has the other stuff on it, you know? This side's clean. Anyways, then you're gonna want some sort of eyeshadow brush, or a liner brush, I should say. This one is an angled brush. So this is an angled liner brush. This one is from the Elf and J Kissa collab. However, they do not sell that anymore, but an angled liner brush is my preferred style of brush for this. And then you also need a setting spray. I recently got this. I've been wanting this for years, since 2016, 2015 maybe. This is the MAC Fix Plus. I'd never pulled the trigger and bought it, but I did recently, and I am super excited about it because this is a cult classic. I used it on my face today. We'll see how that goes. It's not really going to make your makeup last longer, but it's going to melt your makeup into your skin more. Like all the powders will just melt. But today, we're going to use this to create our liner because that is also a very good use of it. Katie Jane Hughes uses MAC Fix Plus into shadows all the time. However, I'm not going to spray it into my shadow. I'm going to spray it onto a palette anyways. So the reason that this is such an amazing hack is that you are able to use fun, crazy colors out of an eyeshadow palette, scrape it off, and create a winged liner. Instead of being limited to the liquid liners you find at the drugstore, or you find pencil liners even that are a little bit more adventurous with colors, but then you have to try and create a liner out of a pencil, or just buying a liner that you may use once or twice. You know, it's kind of a waste. But here you have all of these eyeshadows from this palette that you can use on your face anywhere, really. I mean, eyeshadow palettes are not limited to the eyes. You can use them on your cheeks. You can use them on your lips if you mix them with like a chapstick, I don't know. But you can also mix them with a setting spray and create some sort of winged or liquid liner to be able to create fun graphic liner looks. And that's what we're doing today. So this is why this hack is amazing. So what you're going to do, take your little spatula, you're going to scrape out some of the shadow onto your palette and then spray it with the Fix Plus. So one thing I do want to show you really quickly. So as you can see, you are going to create a little bit of a divot in your shadow. It obviously is still a perfectly working eyeshadow. However, if that's going to bother you that you are creating a big like gouge in your eyeshadow, don't really recommend this technique for you. However, now we have our shadow here and I'm going to show you this, okay? We're going to spray our Fix Plus. Whoop, that made it go everywhere. Let's do it like this. Right onto it. Oh God. Caitlin, don't tip it. Okay, so I made mine a little too wet. So I need to add some more shadow. Okay, I think I'm at a consistency I like. I'm gonna show this to you real quick up close. So this is my little concoction I've created. It obviously has some drippage from when I made a grave error in tipping it for you all. So there's our shade. It is like a liquid liner. So what we are going to do is we are going to do a fun little graphic look. Let me zoom you in. We are going to do a fun little graphic look. I'm going to just create some sort of fun shape on my face and then try and match it. And at least you can just see the process. But we're going to take the color. I just like rub my brush around in it. It's on the tip of my brush and I'm going to start creating a shape. Well, welcome back to my face. This took a lot longer than I anticipated because I was recording myself doing it. You watched part of it. I made this side a hot mess. So then I had to take some concealer and correct it into this shape and then attempt to mimic it. I did not make this side as much of a hot mess, okay? This was like a one go, literally one go. I'm super proud of myself. It's also pretty patchy over here and I think that's because it took me a really long time to get the shape. And then I did the concealer and then I went back in with the color on top, which like isn't really my best bet. So something to know with this technique is that you need to be careful with the amount of water you're using and also the amount of layers you're doing because it is gonna pick up itself. One thing to know is it's just makeup, you can always wipe it off. The other thing is this is shadow. So if you don't like how patchy it's looking or something isn't feeling right to you, you can take the same brush that you were just using to, where is my brush? The same brush you were just using in your liquid, wipe it all off. I think I just flung some in my eye. Wow, there's still a lot on here. I really didn't think I had this much left on the brush. And this is never coming off my hand, by the way, because I think this shit stains. I only learned that when I was trying to take it off of my eyeball. You can wipe it off, dip it back into the shadow, and just put it on like a shadow liner, and you can just use the wet as a template, a guideline, if you will. So I think that's something that's super important to remember though, is that this technique isn't perfect. It's not gonna be the same as a liquid liner, you know, but what I like more about it is that you can use different colors, you can use different shapes, you can do all sorts of things with it that you may not normally be able to do with liquid liner, and also it's shadow. So it is easier to correct, it's easier to fix, easier to get rid of, add more, you know, those kind of things. It's not easy, but it's easier. Honestly, it's trial and error. I was referencing the shape, but the mixture is also trial and error. It does take a little bit to figure out what you want. Don't be afraid to go back in with more shadow. Honestly, you would rather have too much shadow and not enough setting spray than too much setting spray, not enough shadow. You know what I mean? Because it's just kind of like a watercolor paint. If you add a ton of water, it's going to be super transparent and potentially patchy. If you add a little bit of water, you're gonna get a lot more opaque color. So that is something to keep in mind. And like I said, when you layer, sometimes it can take it off underneath because it's a now dry eyeshadow that you're adding essentially water back on top of. Feel me? So that's just something to keep in mind. I think the shape is super cool. We got like a super big graphic wing with that curved inner section. I mean, I would have rather probably gone more on my lower lash line, but to be honest, the goal was just to show you that you can create something super interesting, creating your own liquid liner out of eyeshadow. So I feel like I accomplished that. I don't think the look is bad, but I think if I had this plan in mind, I could have done something else, like adding darker colors to my lower lash line or something to balance the top. But either way, I think it's super interesting. I also took, this is another trick that I love to do, is this glitter topper liquid eyeshadow, and I put it on this fluffy brush and then I just dab it on my eyelids, okay? So if you have a glitter liner, a glitter topper, a glitter anything really, I like to use the liquids because that's just, you don't have to use a glue. Honestly, it just kind of like comes with the glue included, but you can take a little fluffy brush like this and just like fluff it around on your eye and you aren't getting a super concentrated glitter. That was not the point of the video, so I just wanted to say that real quick. I will do a little like step up to the camera in a second, but if you did enjoy this video, please like it and comment down below any other how-tos that you want to see, whether it's how to contour, how to highlight, how to overline your lips, how to do your eyebrows, those kind of things. Let me know what you want to see. Put it down in the description box. Sorry, put it down in the comment section. I will have any products I used in the description box down below, as well as any links to my social medias and my podcast. Speaking of my podcast, I have a podcast with my best friend called Singles and Thriving. We post every Monday at 9 a.m. A new episode comes out, and when she moves down here, we're gonna start making it a live podcast where it's video recorded and audio recorded. Okay, I am pumped. I really enjoy it. There's a bunch of links down below for all the places you can listen to it. So I also will link the YouTube channel so you can go subscribe, although there's only one live podcast video on there right now. There will be more, okay? Also, if you want to follow me on Instagram to see Makeup Mondays, where I've done this technique a few times, as well as 1,000,001 other ideas and fun things where we just hang out and listen to music and have a chill day. That is at CaitlinJolene_makeup over there. And then also my popsicle stick eyeshadow palette challenge on TikTok is on, I call them days, it's mainly weeks because I don't do one every day, I do one a week, but I just did day 5, or I just posted day 5 of that, and I'll probably have to be filming day 6 either tomorrow or Friday. But you should follow me on TikTok as well, because that is a super fun little series I'm doing where we pick an eyeshadow palette that is written on a popsicle stick out of a jar, and we do a random look with it, whether it's a challenge, whether it's a random color challenge or 4 corners, or this last one was only using eyeshadows that started with the letter in my name. I think that's all the housekeeping. So like I said, subscribe, like, comment, follow me on my other socials. I think I'm pretty cool. You should think I'm pretty cool. Stuff like this is some fun stuff. I also do lots of natural looks. I also do lots of like book content. I do historical content. I just do random ass content, hauls, clothing, whatever you want to see, let me know, okay? And on that note, I hope you have a fantastic week. I hope you had a fantastic Friday. If you're watching this the day I release it, and I will see you next week on Friday at 3 p.m. Mwah!
So like I was saying, you can see the pink haze because you can see the line that I had to add the concealer, but on this side I did it in one go. Okay, so you don't really get that pink haze. You get a lot of glitter. This side, the other thing is you can see some of that patchiness from where I reapplied liner on top of itself. And so, like I was saying, just try to be careful. Really, if we just look at this eye, we're in good shape though. Super fun, super cool. It just gives you so many other options. Like think of all the eyeshadows in your collection that now you can create eyeliners out of and create fun looks without having to buy eyeliner palettes or eyeliners in general. It's just genius. If you're still watching this video, then thank you very much. However, I just wanted to pop in and say, just for comedic effect, that eyeshadow, it stains. So now we're the next day and just hoping I don't have to turn my camera on today. Right? Right. Anyways, bye.